Someone who knows firsthand about making the decision to embrace the gray is beauty editor Bahar joining us this morning. Good to see you.
Thank you, Anna. Good to be here.
And you've been rocking gray for a few years now. When did you decide, this is what I wanted to do?
I think after I got really tired of coloring my hair every 2 weeks. This was an exhaustion doing it at home. And it was well before the pandemic actually hit. However, the pandemic had a really nice little cushion to maybe, go through the beginning of the journey without having too much scrutiny happen at the workplace.
Well, and you work in an industry where many people choose to hide their gray. So why, when it comes to letting your hair go, why do you think there's such a controversy surrounding women going gray, not so much with men?
Yeah, I think it's a strange narrative that we have been living through, previous generations, our generation as well. But I think it feels as if a woman's appearance is the first thing she has to offer when she steps into a place, especially a workplace. And if that appearance doesn't meet prescribed standard of beauty of the time, you can often face scrutiny on her credibility or her worth. And I really think that the controversy lies in that narrative, or in the narrative surrounding what a woman should look like. And what someone should look like, or that word should, it's a very subjective discussion.
And it's a personal choice. If you feel better coloring your hair, then you do. And if you never want to, color your hair and go gray, that's your own choice.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. The whole idea about hair color in general, and we, I think, are very lucky when we see what's happening around the rest of the world right now, especially when it comes to women and women's rights. We have a luxury. You can color your hair if you choose to, and you cannot color your hair if you choose to. It, just like you said, it's a personal choice.
So you have some advice for those who are considering embracing their gray. So what do you have for us this morning?
Well, I have some great options because we have the choice. If you want to consider starting the transition, I would suggest the first thing you want to do is try a temporary cover, because I think those first few months are going to be kind of hard, but you don't want to completely cover up your gray hair. So I have a really good root touch-up option here from Clairol. I actually use this myself during my transition. It's the Clairol Root Touch-Up Color Spray. So it's perfect for covering gray hair in seconds in a spray format. It's water resistant, so you're not going to get any transfer. It's also oil and ammonia free. It means that's not going to actually permanently change that gray color, but it's a really fast, quick touch up, and it shampoos right out. So the next time you shampoo your hair, that color is gone.
I've used this. It's great. Yeah.
Really, really good, easy option.
Okay, and let's say when it comes to washing your hair, we should be looking for purple hair care. Why is that?
Anyone who's also ever gone blonde in their life has probably heard this, right? Toning is a fantastic way to kind of get yellowness out of white, silver, gray hair, which genuinely happens because that gray hair tends to be more porous. So purple hair care products you're going to want to look for. One that I've been using, a collection, is from Goldwell. It's their Dual Senses Silver Collection. So shampoo, conditioner, and mask, all of these have a purple tone to them. And that purple will neutralize any of the yellow that you see in your hair and create a cooler effect. And also, I appreciate when you have fragile hair, the hair mask actually also helps to restore the hair's surface in 60 seconds. So giving your gray hair that nourishment is super important during this transition.
Do you know what I've noticed too, Bahar, as of late? Actually, over the last couple of years, young women are actually dyeing their hair, and so it looks like they're gray. Have you noticed this trend too?
Don't you love, I think it was George Bernard Shaw that said, youth is wasted on the young. A young person can get away with whatever they want because there's always confidence in that. And that, I think, is another random little tip there. This is just about self-confidence. So you're absolutely right. Young people, heads up, no matter your age, go with the gray. It'll look good on you if you just own your hair.
And another thing that even with my mom, during that transition between dyes and this and that, people be like, oh my goodness, you're so brave. You're letting your hair go gray. My mom's like, brave? There's so many things to be brave, but to let my hair go gray. Like, has that happened to you?
I love your mom. Absolutely. I've had a barrage of people's questions. I've actually had a barrage of, I think, how people feel about gray hair themselves. So how they feel about gray hair, which I do find fascinating that they are willing to share with me what they think I should or shouldn't be doing with my hair, gray hair or not. However, I do think that as women, we really experience this across the entire gamut of our looks. Should we color our hair? Should we not color our hair? Should we wear that color eyeliner? Should we be wearing those shoes? Should our pants maybe a little too tight? Your shirt's a little bit too low cut. Don't we experience all of this?
Every day, honestly, is usually the first thing people say to me is something about my looks when they meet me. TV makes you look big. You're actually thin. TV makes you look tall. You're actually prettier in person. Your hair, everything, I know. But for those people, because you're going to tell us how to style your hair properly, which I think is a great help too, whether you're going gray or not. But with that being said, the growing out part is a little tricky, even when you just have colored hair too. So how does this help?
So what I am going to suggest is when you do have gray hair tends to be more fragile, and that heat styling, all of the heat tools that we use, especially if, like you, I know you're on camera every day, so you are constantly trying to keep your hair in check and smooth down, so you're not getting a lot of, flack from anyone who's watching the show. But you want to kind of ease up on some of the heat styling, or at least find cool technology, which I have a piece here as well, that actually helps to control the amount of heat, so you're having less styling damage. This is the Dyson Supersonic hair dryer kit, and it's a super beautiful special holiday edition color. But the really cool thing about this hair dryer is that it has this intelligent heat control that has precise temperature settings. So you're able to do a super fast blowout or a constant cold blowout as well, and everything in between. But this is going to cause less damage to those already fragile, dry, gray hairs that you have. So consider sometimes as well, put down the heat styling tools if you can. And if you can't, opt for something a little more gentle.
Bahar, thank you so much and for having this conversation. Gray or not gray, you're beautiful inside and out. And it's so great to see people and women coming together to support one another. And, let's keep talking.